Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys, and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will start by covering August 1st through August 7th, or whenever you're guided to watch, as I always intend these to be timeless readings, meaning whenever this video shows up in your life, that is the time that the messages are meant for you. So we are going into the 8th month of the year. So 8 for me is an abundance number, and it's also a number that I connect with cycles and rhythms and patterns. So as we go into this week or we go into this month, pay attention to maybe that loop that sometimes we can be on with our mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical experiences. And then also to be open to the abundance, right? If you're showered or gifted, I've been experiencing that energy of abundance, of laughter and play and experiences that are uplifting and reunions with people that I haven't seen in a while, and it just seems it just seems that things have been easier, more pleasant. And so, the affirmation I say all the time is more of this or something even better. You've had a bunch of experiences. And so maybe the month of August for many of you is about dipping into that abundance of life, of laughter, of play, of adventure, of fun, freedom, synchronicities, right? Healing, moving through so that you can elevate your energy of love, right, within yourself, and then being able to be of service and share that with others. So I feel good about the month of August. My interpretation of 8 and the energy that I'm feeling for August is not astrologically scientific in any way. It's just a feeling I'm getting. And based on what I'm experiencing for myself. So I thought it would be a perfect time to pull out my Archangel cards. So I will be working with the angels this week. I will start by pulling a Archangel from the Archangel Oracle Cards, and then a message of healing, what that angel wants you to know about your healing with the Healing of the Angels deck. And then what action steps you could take this week to support your healing from the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. And then what you're being gifted with this week with the Oracle of Angels cards. And then I'm going to finish up with an overall message, an affirmation for the week, or just an overall message of guidance. So I'm actually going to just jump right in. I don't really have a lot to say, so I'll let the cards speak for themselves. So let me invite in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the Divine Mother and Father, and all their holy beings of light that would like to assist with this guidance for you this week. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all concerned. So again, I'm going to connect my heart to the heart of the Archangel realm. The archangels have always been my first love. I believe they're the energies that mark me back to my divine self, back to God, back to the essence of who I am. So I always love these messages. All right, angels, what archangel wants to come through this week for the EarthAngel Collective? It's the most important angel that you want us to hear, see, feel, and know this week. All right, here we go. Michael, my buddy Michael. So the card says you are safe. And it says, I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you and your loved ones and your home. So Archangel Michael is the angel of protection. Michael helps us move through worries and fears. So I also connect August with the Leo energy and with the lioness energy. Obviously, It's a symbolism of the Leo energy. So Michael's coming in this week to maybe help you face your fears, right? So maybe you've wanted to send off an email or make a phone call, or maybe you've wanted to progress in some way. Maybe you've wanted to take a leap of faith in some way, right? Michael is coming in to help you forge forward, right? I feel like maybe this is also a week to experience your courage, right? You think about courage and the lion energy in 8 in August. We do have the Lion's Gate portal coming on August 8th, and I will channel that message next Sunday, but it can be a powerful week leading up to it. So I'm not going to get too much into it in this reading, but if you're curious about the Lion's Gate, which is kind of like a spiritual new year, it's like a portal of energy that opens up, I suggest Molly McCord. She does phenomenal messages in the astrology, and then Tanya Gabrielle, she's another wonderful astronumerologist that can offer you guidance on the 8-8 portal. So those of you, if you'd like to learn about that energy, definitely, check out them, or, you can just put in 8-8 portal and, go where you're guided, on YouTube. And, so maybe you're going to be facing your fears this week. Maybe you're going to be taking that leap of faith. And in that, when we kind of lean up against the fears, when we kind of stand there, kind of sit in it and acknowledge, I feel you, fear, and I'm going to overcome. That's where you meet your courage, right? That's where you meet your courageous side, So I'm also experiencing, if you hadn't, I'm also getting that if you've had experiences where you have felt defeated, maybe you kind of got excited about something or something didn't work out, sometimes that is an opportunity for us to overcome. And it's an opportunity, it's kind of like that shadow and light, or that, the devil and the angel saying, I'm gonna burst your bubble here, and then the angel is encouraging you, for example. And this is just figurative. That positive energy is like, you can do this, you can overcome. And sometimes when something appears to be pulled away or taken away, or it wasn't what we thought it was going to be, sometimes we can feel defeated and deflated. So, when you call in on especially Archangel Michael for that heavenly support, also to Angel Ariel, I'm feeling too. Angel Ariel is the angel of courage. She's the lioness of the pride. So she can also assist with the Archangel Michael. And so this is kind of a message for you. If you felt defeated, deflated, something didn't work out the way you thought it was going to be, my message to you is keep going, right? Try again. There's that saying, if you fall down or you're knocked down, 7 times, get up 8. So this is my message to you. So maybe something's going to come up this week, and it's illusion. It's the message is, it's an illusion that it's a dead end. It's an illusion that you can't have that which you desire. It could be peace. It could be time. It could be money. It could be a relationship. It could be there's so many experiences, a job. And so my message to you this week is, if you feel like you're up against that wall, or something just doesn't work out the way you thought it, and you're just really feeling down, or you're just really feeling defeated or deflated, Archangel Michael is coming in this week to say, call me in and I will lead you in another direction. So it kind of feels like, I kind of feel like I'm stuttering over my words, but it feels like, how badly do you want it? How much energy you're going to put into making the life of your dreams happen, right? So facing your fears and sitting with them and acknowledging with them, it's kind of showing you that there's a part of you that might not be on board. And so kind of sitting with that energy just to feel out, why do I feel this way? Where is it coming from? Where's the fear here? And again, fears are an opportunity for us to practice discernment, right? When fears come up for me, I know what it feels like in my body, and I can sit with it for a moment and saying, okay, how am I going to move forward in a healthy direction? How can I use this energy to see like, okay, there's something coming up here that doesn't feel right. I'm scared out. Maybe it's my own trust. Maybe, maybe it's connected to experiences of the past. Once I sit with that, then it gives me an opportunity to kind of lean into it, and kind of face those fears. It kind of reminds me of when I did skydiving, or when I went to, a better example is when I did the fire walk at Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within event. The first time I did it, I've done it twice, but the first time I did it, I didn't really think about what I was getting myself into until we had these, 5,000 people walking out of this stadium into this underground parking garage, and there was all these fire lanes set up, and you could smell like the fire burning, and you could smell the hot coals, and it was like I hit a wall, and I was like, I'm not doing this. There's no way I'm going to do this. And I got really like kind of debilitated with fear. And the genius thing is, of course, Tony Robbins knows what he's doing in those types of events. You had a partner that you had to buddy up with and do the fire walk with. And I know exactly why, because I was doubtful and I was fearful. And the partner that I was with, she was encouraging and supportive. And it just made me realize or remember like how crucial it is to be able to say out loud to a support system, a friend, a buddy, a partner, and saying, I'm scared. There's no way in heck I'm going to be able to do this. And that my partner was like, you've got this, you can do it, it's going to be so amazing. And, when I got up there, I was shaking like a leaf. And being able to take my time. So when the leader of the fire lane told me to go, I hesitated, and I wasn't ready, and I hesitated for a split second, and then I went to go, and he stopped me. And he built me up. Like, he was like, you can do this. Just look ahead. Keep going. There's an affirmation that you say in your head. And he was reminding me of it. And he's like, you're going to go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. And then, of course, I walked. And then I remember thinking right in the middle of it, oh my God, I'm doing this. And I remember looking down at the hot coals to see if it was real. Is this a trick? Is it real? And I remember there was a person in the middle of the fire lane who was saying, don't stop, keep going. And it really it was almost like fuel. Like, I feel like I was being pushed in that moment. And I got across, wiped my feet, they sprayed down my feet. I didn't have any hot spots or anything. I just couldn't believe I did it. It was such an adrenaline rush. And then I turned around and, my partner that I was with, she did it. And, we just all gave each other like a big hug and cheers. But what I realized was how crucial support was, how crucial I didn't believe in myself. The fear was so debilitating, but I had people around me that believed that I could do it so strongly. And these were people I didn't even know. The partner that I was with, I knew, but these were people I didn't even know that were cheering me on, that just wanted the best for me. And so many things happened that night. It reminded me of like how important support is. And it reminded me how if you stop in fear, you burn your feet, right? So any hesitation sometimes, any pause, right? When we're going and we're going with courage, we can burn our feet, right? Or we can get hot spots, or we can get stung. So when we commit to something, we're being guided to, or the message is really to like move through it, like look at the end point and just keep going. So this message seems very specific. You know, it may not be for everybody, but maybe you have somebody in your life who's hesitating, who's fearful, and you can be that, you know, supportive partner to say, you can do this, or supportive friend, or, you know, supportive parent or child saying, you can do this. I believe in you. I have faith in you. And all throughout my life, I have doubted myself, my gifts, my abilities. And Archangel Michael was the first angel that I was presented with. And I feel like the angels and the support of people, especially women that have come into my life who have believed in me, they saw something in me that I didn't see myself, that I still may not even see in myself all the time. And they were like the angels that came into my life. So know that Michael is supporting you this week if you're fearful or you're hesitant. And sometimes we have to express that and saying, I'm afraid, to somebody who's supportive, and let them love you, receive support, receive guidance, right? To help you get across that fire lane, or get across that big challenge or that difficulty, or something you're not necessarily believing that you can get through, even though you feel like, I knew if I didn't do that fire lane, that fire walk, I would be back there. I'd be upset with myself. So I also knew that bullying myself in that moment wasn't going to do anything for me. So I really had to kind of lean into that support system. And that's where I found my courage. You know, after that fire walk, I was like, if I can do that, then I can do anything. And I'd always wanted to to skydive. And a few years later after that, I skydived. And again, it was like, if I can do that, I can do anything, right? So I've learned how to face my fears. Now, I'm not saying do these crazy, like, risky things like firewalking and jumping out of a plane, but whatever floats your boat. You know, I think I can be a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. But that's just me. That's my personality. That's not for everybody. But understand that when you can face your fears and remind yourself, I got this. I can do this. I'm blessed. I have this powerful force that's working through me, knowing that you have this pull, right? This inspirational pull to move forward. So I'm feeling big changes for the group, at the EarthAngel group. I'm feeling a lot of change and transformation. I was just outside and there were crows in the trees, and it was just squawking and squawking and squawking for, God, it went on for like about 5 minutes. I actually thought it was hurt, but it wasn't. And I was just taking in that medicine. And usually that means transformation. It means change. It means the end of a cycle into something new. Something's coming that we may not see. Be vigilant. So I feel like I'm receiving that message and I'm sharing it with you because I came in and I just started recording. So I'm seeing and feeling big change or big things coming. Big release of energy, which is all good. It's always all good. So Michael's reminding you this week, you are safe. I'm protecting you from lower energies. And for me, I feel like that's fear, that's worries, that's doubts, it's insecurities, right? And guarding you and your loved ones and your home, right? Michael's the support. It's saying, I got your back. All right, that was fun. So let me see. All right, Michael, what message of healing do you have for the group this week? What message of healing do you have for the Earth Angels this week? Oh. There we go. All right, let's go with those two. Focus. Yes. Keep your eye on the prize, right? So, you know, I think about that fire lane and where I had to look at the end. So there's like this moss, this cool moss that you stand on, and you start and you finish on this moss, this like cool mossy grass. And that was my focal point. So maybe, you know, when you're, you know, moving through the fear, because really courage is what you experience after you've moved something that has scared you or something that, you know, you really struggled with. You feel that courage afterwards, right? When you get to the other side. So, you know, focus on where you're going and how you want to feel. You know, if it's entrepreneur, something, you know, business wise, or it's something connected to, you know, growth and expansion, focus on how you want to feel. You want to feel free. You want to feel maybe financially secure. You want to feel successful. You want to feel empowered. You want to feel abundant. You want to feel like you're contributing and being of service in some way. Again, these are all examples. Focus on the energy of how you want to feel, and then kind of when you're feeling that in your body, saying more of this or something even better, right? You're gonna need that encouragement. So many times I hesitated in that experience. I hesitated when I came out. I hesitated in line. I hesitated even at the start when he said go. I hesitated right in the middle, the worst time. And every single time I had support that was outside of me, someone outside of me, a person believed in me, didn't even know who I was, but what cared enough about my safety or cared enough about my experience to encourage me and empower me to keep going. And, you know, I've really always carried that with me. So, you know, I try to surround myself with people who are like that, supportive, faith-filled, like-minded. I think it's very important to have people that are in alignment with your values. So I feel like there's so many different energies going on here and how that it can apply to you. So, you know, please take in what resonates and leave the rest, as I say, for somebody else. But focus this week. That's maybe your healing. Keep your eye on the prize. You know, it's kind of like that slingshot. That energy gets pulled back, right? This is the dance, right? The energy gets pulled back so we can focus our aim. And then the energy releases, and whatever's in the slingshot goes forward. So make sure, if you're feeling the resistance or you're feeling the pullback, or like, why can't I just get there? Know that the energy is about to release. So Michael is saying, focus on where you're going, focus on the bullseye, focus on, right, the goal, the prize. And again, a lot of times that's a feeling, that's an experience you want to have, as opposed to, like, let's say, a material thing. So the other message here is, healing. So I'm really drawn to resting, right? So I feel like this could be Archangel Ariel. So awesome how we got the masculine and feminine energy here. So it almost feels like if you're tired, right? If you've had worries and fears and you're tired, get some rest. Rest can be very soothing. It can be very healing. It can be very nourishing from the body. I know it seems counterintuitive when we have so many things to do to rest. You know, say you got a ton of things going on and a lot happening, and you're feeling short, or you're feeling ornery, or feeling prickly or spiky or spicy, however you want to call it. Know that it's in those moments that your energy is depleted, you're zapped, right? So, you know, to get like a good night's sleep, or to be able to go to bed early, or have, you know, a cup of chamomile tea, or something soothing. I've been sleeping with the lavender essential oil at night. I've been having trouble sleeping because I've been having these crazy dreams. So the lavender essential oil at night has been tremendous with helping me with healing and getting a restful night's sleep. So if you are challenged and you are getting all those wild dreams that is happening right now with the energies, how can you self-soothe? That's my question to you. It's just an inquiry question to the universe. How can I self-soothe to relax my body, my mind, and my soul, so that I can feel energetically abundant to be able to take the actions that I'm going to need to take for that experience of courage this week and even this month coming? So healing. So when you focus your energy, you get an intention, an idea of where you're going, what your why you're doing what you're doing. You know, maybe it's to be of service, maybe it's for freedom, maybe it's for independence, empowerment, maybe it is to experience the energy of inner peace or love. Know that with it also comes healing, and for me, I'm feeling rest connected to this word, this healing message. Rest your body, and then when you are rested, you'll notice that you will get a lot more done faster. All right, so what action steps can you take this week besides rest? What action steps can you take this week to support your healing? Whoa. All right then. Well, that's a big old exclamation point. Adrift in shallow water. So it's card number 15, which equals 6. 6 is about like family and home. So the message says, take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. So action steps you can take this week: gratitude, right? Being aware of your blessings, your support system. Maybe this message is exactly what you needed to hear. Maybe you've been wavering and Michael is saying, keep going, you're growing, rest, right? If you needed that message, right? Let me just drop everything for a moment and regroup and take a few deep breaths, reconnect to your inner peace, especially if you're getting stirred up, right? If you're especially if you're feeling overwhelmed or you're feeling out of sorts. I know I was experiencing that a couple days ago. It was like, I was trying to go to a restaurant and we were trying to go to a restaurant and it took us like an hour to get to this place that should have only taken us 10 minutes. It was crazy. I mean, I was grateful that the person I was with, we could laugh about it, and we were both, conscious and aware, of these hiccups and bumps with the universe, and we could laugh about it instead of getting upset about it. So this is what I mean when we're rested and we're aware, the energies are a little funky right now, taking a few deep breaths to kind of reconnect with your inner peace, right? With that feeling within, it's beyond happiness, right? It's that doesn't matter what's going on around me, I can be grounded and balanced. It's kind of like that tree that blows in the wind, right? That pine tree that blows in the wind, and every time the wind blows, the pine tree's roots grow stronger, grow deeper into the ground, which helps it be more stable and secure. So know that through these experiences of windy energies, right, that you feel you're being blown around, your roots are growing deeper into the ground in faith, right, in hope, your anchor, right, into the earth, into Father, Mother, love, to faith, hope, love, right? Divine connection. It's a great opportunity for you to get used to calling on the divine for assistance, asking for guidance. I mean, Jesus is notorious for telling us over and over and over again. I know there are you readers, the subscribers out there that have the Jesus Calling book, which I absolutely love. I still read it. It's by my bedside every night in preparation for the next day. And that book is notorious for Jesus always saying, come to me. When you look to the future or you go too far ahead, come back to me. Focus your eyes on me. And really the symbolism is Jesus represents unconditional love, right? That deep knowing, that hope, that faith, that love, that anchor to know that everything is going to be okay, right? So giving it into the arms of the angels or the divine or Jesus, whatever resonates with you, finding your peace this week, knowing that you are safe and it's going to be time for you to forge forward, to face your fears, and it's all good, friends. It's all good. You're gonna overcome things that you may not thought you were able to, and remember, challenges that we have, appearances of mistakes is all learning. Anytime we're trying something new, it's like going to a new school, right? If you think about when you were in grade school and going to the middle school, or the middle school going to the high school, right? You're about to embark in this new energy, especially with this 8/8 portal coming in. This new energy, maybe dreams coming true and things coming into alignment. So even if it's something that you want and you've desired, fears can still come up. So be mindful of self-sabotage, be mindful of those fears that come up and get curious about them, right? Saying, okay, what can I do? This card is saying, connect to your inner peace, take a few deep breaths, notice the small things, get in a place of gratitude. For me, I ask the divine, show me truth, show me what I need to know, and then I'm vigilant. Or last week I talked about the Holy Spirit and following those golden nuggets that the Holy Spirit leaves for us, right? So following the leads of the doors that open. So very cool. All right, let's see. So what are you being gifted with this week? So Oracle of the Angels. These are really beautiful cards. What are you being gifted with? That all being said, 8/8 energy coming up. What are you being gifted with this week? Okay, well. So the card that flew out, believe, right? So it's card number 18, which equals 9. Again, this feels like the crow energy with completion. Endings are coming. And when endings come, we can certainly get fearful. An end of a cycle, an end of an era, an end of an energy. Maybe it's a healing work, and your past is behind you now, and now you can move forward, right? Maybe you can look ahead to a more peaceful, glorious, fun path forward. So believe. That's what you're being gifted with this week. And those of you who followed me for any period of time, that Archangel Michael, he's always loud and proud in my readings. Sirens, Michael for me, I connect him with the fire trucks, the ambulances, the cop cars, the sirens. It means help is on the way. You're not alone. So Michael is gifting you this week with believing in yourself, believing in the power of the divine, right? Sometimes just believing in Jesus is enough to get us through. So this word is multifaceted, but I feel like it's connected to an ending, a completion in some way. And that after any ending, there's always a new beginning right behind it. So we're in this energy of a 5-year, universal year, with 2021 equaling 5. So it's all about transformation and change. And here we are heading into the last quarter of the year. So this is where we start to see the fruits of our labor, right? The 8-month or the 8 in your 9-year cycle, the 8 represents abundance. It represents all the herbs, all the fruits, all the vegetables, everything that was planted is in full bloom, right? So that's going into this year. So enjoy the fruits of your labor. Enjoy those moments of being able to maybe be outside. Here we are, we're in summer months in the northern hemisphere here. So maybe being able to enjoy the beautiful weather, the sunshine, gathering together, cookouts, beach time, whatever floats your boat. If you can really just take some time to just savor that and bring it all in, and just believe and know that your path is already set up for you, that in divine timing, everything unfolds in divine and perfect order, right? So believe that. And final message, I feel like I just cruised through this reading. Final message, overall affirmation to support you this week. This could be a message, an affirmation that you can say if you're feeling the hiccups and bumps, or it can kind of be, I almost feel like I'm seeing the image of an anchor. This message will be kind of be like an anchor that you can come back to when you feel like, things might be becoming too much or overwhelming or consumed into that 3D world, right? Of everything that's going on in the world right now. Let's see. All right, Michael. Overall affirmation do you have? It can be our anchor of support this week. It's so funny. All these cards flew out. Literally popped out of the deck. So making a difference. Yep, I love it. My inner light shines far and wide. My inner light shines. I feel like this is a reminder of who you are. God's light in love on this planet. You're here to be of service, to gift unconditional love to the planet. And sometimes gifting that unconditional love is not about giving it to others. A lot of times it's about how we find unconditional ways to love ourselves unconditionally, because I will say it forever. When you feel good from the inside out, people around you will feel that, and it'll activate that energy in them. And when they feel good, those around them will feel good. And when they feel good, those around them will feel good, and so on and so forth. So really, friends, peace on earth starts within. So I feel like this is really about you and your inner workings, and being able to really be proud of how far you've come, what you've overcome. Maybe looking back to see all that you've overcome and all that you've done. I say this all the time. Earth angels are the leaders of the planets. You are paving the way forward for others. We forget that because it can be a journey, and it can be tiresome, and it can be confusing when you're paving your own path, right? It's easy to walk along a path if you ever go hiking, right? It's easy to walk a trail that's already been cleared, but I always admire those hikers that go off the path, that go and find their own adventure, right? These beautiful experiences that we have hiking, and these outlooks, and these, let's say, these, beautiful spots that you find along the way. It started with somebody going off the beaten path. It started with somebody taking an adventure, and then eventually they paved a road and a path for others to follow to have those experiences, right? You're like the trailblazers. That's the word I'm looking for. Earth angels are the trailblazers, but we can get tired, and we can get confused, and we get disoriented, and we can forget with the human experience, right? So this message this week is reminding you that, again, another image that I'm seeing is you're the leader of the pack. So like you're the wolf, right? That's going forward, that's clearing the way for your pack. Again, however it resonates, I'm hoping the message is getting across. You're the leader of the pack, and it sometimes takes more work and more energy because the path is unknown. And this is where your anchor and belief in the divine and Archangel Michael, right, to be your bodyguard. Archangel Michael is notorious for coming into our lives when we're feeling lost, right? It's almost like if you're feeling like plopped in the Amazon forest, right, and not sure which direction to go in. Archangel Michael, when you invite him in your life, he's the angel that comes forth ahead of you with his sword and shield, and he starts clearing the way for you. You can also interpret that energy with the Holy Spirit, right? You invite that energy in your life, and you start seeing the signs, right? You start seeing the messages like, okay, I'm feeling like I'm now moving in the right direction again. So this could be for some of you who felt like backed up, or you felt like at a crossroads, or you've got decisions to make and you're not sure. Archangel Michael is the angel of decisions. He's the angel that helps us with decisions. He's the angel of he works with the powers that be, right? So if you have people, or you're waiting for a decision from somebody, ask Archangel Michael to help the decision be for your best and highest good. Sometimes not getting that thing, or sometimes being rejected, is the absolute best thing for you. Sometimes it's hindsight, right? Hindsight is 2020. It's so hard to know when you're in the thick of it. But so many times in my life, I've looked back and I'm like, wow, thank God that happened. Thank God for divine intervention, or thank God I did that, or thank God I had the knowing, right? But I didn't know it when I was in it. I was just really frustrated, right? Because things weren't happening the way I wanted it to. But looking back, it's like, oh, I see it now. So you're making a difference. The way you're living your life, you have people that are watching you. You have people that are inspired by you. You have so much more to experience, and you are making a difference just by you being you. And like I said, you're like leaders of the pack. And sometimes we need to pull back and rest. Sometimes we need to pull out the compass. Sometimes we need to admit that we have no idea what we're doing and where we're going and why we're doing it. We just know we need to, right? So lean on your support system. If anything, if there's people are scarce around you to support you, please call in the divine. Please call in the angels for assistance. It'd be really being able to acknowledge and receive love, receive support. Allow others to believe in you, right? Allow others to have faith for you and to pray for you. I'm praying for you, right? So, I know there are people that are part of this channel who pray for the people who are watching, and who, I think that's the beautiful thing about a community like this, is that, even though we don't know each other, we're all cut from the same cloth. We all feel the same. That's why we have so many, people who tune in every week to hear the messages, because we're in that same vein. So, and it really is kind of like a community, right? So a community that's making a difference. I love it. I love the starfish here, returning the starfish to the ocean. Just start with one good deed, right? One act of service can make a huge difference, can make a ripple. You might not be able to do all the things, right? But that starfish is symbolism of it. Just takes one. Just start with one. Start with one step, or helping in some way, and then more will come from there. Believe, focus, healing. Oh, this is really beautiful. Lots of water, right? Lots of water, friends. So we have water here, water here, water here. Water is like emotional energy. It's a conductor of psychic energy as well. It's a maternal energy, the water itself. So maybe some of you drink your water if you're feeling dehydrated. Get to the water if you can, oceans, lakes, have some fun in the water. All right, let me just check. Is there anything else? I think that's it. My inner light shines far and wide. So sometimes just sitting with that this week and just imagining yourself lit up from the inside out in that temple of light, 10 feet above you, 10 feet below you, and 10 feet all around you. And then just ask the divine to help you move forward, to touch the hearts of those who need it, who have fallen asleep, who need to remember. And then if it's yourself, ask the angels to fill you up to overflowing, so that you could be that divine light on this planet. All right. Wow, then. Have faith. You're in the arms of the angels. All right, let me close space. Let me thank all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done, in mind, body, spirit, and emotions, in all ways. And so it is. All right, friends, it is such a pleasure to be able to share these messages with you. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Just an announcement. I did open up my office for one-on-one readings, mediumship, divine guidance, life purpose, couple sessions. So if you're local and you wanted to come in to the office with a friend, a family member, a loved one for a reading, that's available now. Past life regressions are back on the service menu. I am not doing close contact services right now. Maybe the fall. We'll see how things, unfold health-wise. But right now, I can still keep people at a distance, and I can socially distance and still do my work. So if you're local and you've been waiting to come in and see me, you can book an appointment online, and I put the link in the description box below. And for those of you who are not local, I am still offering remote sessions. So right now I'm splitting my time, half remote time for remote sessions and half for in-office sessions. So, again, thank you so much for watching. I love you. God loves you so much. Trust in the divine, trust your intuition, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.